Good morning. This is Grief Share. This is going to be session 6, and it is about guilt and anger. Session can't say that. Session 6 is going to be about guilt and anger. Last week it was about why. And it was kind of a rough week for me last week, so I really didn't get to go over that. If there are any of you that would like to hear those daily topics and discussions, let me know, and I'll go back and we'll do them the next week if you comment that you need to hear that. If not, I'm just going to move forward, because we all know that why is all God's plan. We are not going to understand the why, no matter, even if God was to come right here in front of me and tell me why he did things the way he allowed them to happen. It's not that he did them, it's just that he allowed them to happen. Our days are numbered. You can read it in Psalms 139, verse 16. Our days are numbered from start to finish. It's what we do in the middle. So no matter, even if God come down here and sat in front of me and told me why he allowed Aaron to pass on that day the way that he did, I still would want to know why, right? I still would want to know why. So until we get to heaven, there's some things that will not be answered for us, and we just have to accept that. Trust God, know that God's plan is way bigger, and that our minds cannot humanly and fleshfully wrap around God's reasoning, right? So anyway, this week, and I'm just going to go real quickly over what we're going to discuss this week. I'm not really going to do a lesson, but this week, each day is going to be a different topic, and it's got to do with guilt and anger. And this has got to do like your guilt and anger, like of your loved one that has passed. If only I had insisted for him to stay home. If only I had insisted for Aaron to stay home. If only I had insisted for Aaron not to have got the motorcycle. He only had it for 4 months when he wrecked and he died on it. If only I had insisted for him not to have gotten that. I knew I should have taken her to a different doctor, or I knew I should have taken him to a different doctor. Has your mind gone through that? What about, why didn't I tell him I'm sorry? Why didn't I tell her I'm sorry? Why didn't I say I love you before they left? Why didn't I take them to work myself instead of them driving? There's so many different questions. Regret, guilt, and anger are 3 emotions that can create barriers against the peace and healing God has for you. So those 3 things, regret, guilt, and anger, are the things that can stop your healing that God has for you, because he has a plan for you. He has a plan for me. Our days are numbered. Every day we wake up, one of those days are checked off for us. So it's what we do in the middle. We will expire just like my son did, just like whoever your loved one is, whether it's Grief Share is for anybody. So this doesn't have to be just a child. Grief Share is for anybody who's lost a son, a daughter, a niece, a nephew, a brother, a sister, a mom, a dad, a grandma, a grandpa, anybody who has lost a best friend. It doesn't matter. Anybody who has lost someone, a loved one. So this is for anybody. But if you're facing these obstacles, regret, guilt, and anger, that's what these topics this week will be about. How to get through those. How to put those to God's Word. God's Word is my only comfort. So I hope that you're not seeking other comfort. A lot of people wants to numb the pain, and it only stalls it, or it only makes it grow bigger. This is to help us to deal with it the way that God would deal with it. And this is Grief Share. Grief Share is Christ-centered. I have this book, and you can get this book also. It's called Through a Season of Grief, and it's a short topics that you can read every single day for the whole entire first year of your loved one's death. I got it online. This one I was able to get online. This one, the study, you have to get through a group. Me and my husband went. But this week is guilt and anger. This is session 7, dealing with false guilt, grieving with conflict with relationships, because guilt and anger, all these things are going to bring those relationship troubles. Handling grief related anger. So the things we're going to be discussing is the what ifs. Was it your fault? We're going to be talking about God has our days numbered. Me and Aaron had just talked about that. I mean, I think it was either 2 weeks or 1.5 weeks before he passed. Me and him had just talked about our days being numbered. And it's okay to heal. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about true guilt, unresolved conflict, seeking forgiveness. We're going to talk about a painful combination of anger and grief, blaming God, blaming someone else. So many people want to find someone else to blame for the death of their loved one. There's nobody to blame. There's nobody to blame. God has your days numbered. Aaron was going to die on September the 11th. Is it okay to be angry at God? And keep talking to God. Those are all the things we're going to discuss this week. So I hope that these things help those that are suffering. I am one of those people. Tomorrow's topic will be feelings of guilt. Will be tomorrow's topic. Feelings of guilt. What if? The thoughts of that haunt us. What if? What if I had not? I refused Aaron to have gotten a motorcycle. You know what he would have done? He would have went to his dad's and got one anyway. What if I had told him not to? That would have probably 21. He was 21. What does a 21-year-old do when you say don't do it? They come near doing it anyway, right? So tomorrow's topic, without me getting into it, is going to be about feelings of grief. I love you all. If there's anything I can be praying for you for, please put it in the comments below. Have a great day.